We hear a lot in the game of golf about footwork, and you hear through the years who had great footwork. Nicklaus had great footwork, a player had great footwork, and Tiger had great footwork. These days, Jordan Spieth, Dustin Johnson have great footwork. It's one of those things that's a little bit difficult to work on if you don't really know what you're doing. So one of the things that we talk about, and if you've been following along with these videos for a while, is we all have what are called triangular points of balance in our feet. Right behind the big toe, right behind the little toe, the dead center of our heel. So that's one way to start to think about this. When we're just standing, when we're just walking, we're not putting much into those toes. But getting lighter on your feet is also a great way to work on our footwork. Any of you that were athletes when you were young or still are athletes know that there's a difference when you've been playing basketball for 3 months in a row and then you take 3 months off. How your feet feel. Are they nice and quick and light and getting off the floor, or do you feel a little sluggish and your feet feel like they're almost a little slow? I feel the same thing when I get back into triathlon season after the winter, and I get back to running. My turnover just isn't what it normally is. My feet feel heavy and slow. So I've got some of my favorites that I work with a lot with my clients to work on that footwork, getting a little bit faster. So before we start these, it's going to look like we're up here on our toes. And yeah, we're going to put a little weight into our toes with these. But again, we're not all the way dumping into them. We're still trying to stay on the balls of the feet. Now, you're going to see what I mean here in just a minute, but we're not going to have the heels coming down hard, landing like elephant feet. We want to be really soft with these. So the first one here, just get something, maybe a couple inches off the ground. We're going to start by going just 1 foot at a time. You can go really slowly with these. They're actually harder to do going slowly. So just starting to move with them. But to work that footwork, we're going to start to go a lot faster, just tapping. So you can see we're still coming down, trying to get on the backs of the toes or into the balls of the feet, and just trying to get a little bit of speed going. Another one, and this is probably my favorite, guys, one of my clients that I've worked with for about 6 years calls all of these river dances, just in different forms. One on the ball, rotating river dances, elevated river dances. So call them whatever you want, but this is my favorite to work on that footwork. So I just got a small little plate here, weight plate. You don't have to have a plate. You can do anything round. You can do anything square, anything that you can just work all the way around. Doesn't have to be a perfect circle. It just has to be something to keep your eyes on and to be able to tap. So with these, we're just going to work one way and then come all the way back the other. The nice thing about these, it's going to work the core a little bit more. You have to work that rotation just slightly all the way around. It's going to work that body control as well, having to move instead of just getting the feet going. So I'm going to show you these real quick. Probably not going to talk a lot during these because you get out of breath really quickly. So here we go. So just easy taps, trying to work it all the way around. Once you make that 360, just turn it around, head back the other way. So the more you do these, the more fluid you'll start to get with them. And again, trying to be really light on our toes as we're going around with these, not slamming the foot into anything. You can tell I'm doing these barefoot. You're not going to be sore in the feet if you're doing these properly, coming down nice and easy. And then the last one here, guys, I told you that breath gets, you run out of breath, get a little warm doing these. The heart rate's going to go up really quickly, guys. The more you're bouncing around on your toes, it's hard. It doesn't matter what kind of shape you're in. So if you do these for a minute and it's fine. Just add them in a little bit more. That's just kind of showing us where we need to do work. You can see just doing 1 or 2 rotations, I'm sweating a little bit, getting a little out of breath. So this last one, guys, you can do this on a stair that might be a little bit high. A curb is absolutely perfect if you've got one outside of your house or outside of a gym where you work out at. These are going to be a little slower because we are going a little higher. It's a little bit more movement. It's a little bit more distance to cover here. But same premise here, guys. Just nice and easy. Toe taps, you're going to get a little higher in the jump off of that back foot. And again, these aren't very easy to get going super fast. You can try to speed them up, or you can try to slow them down a little bit. You're going to feel them way differently when you speed up or slow down. So give these a try, guys. The more you get into the feet, the more you're working that footwork, the more you're getting light on your feet, the easier it's going to be to engage into the ground, to drive, to create power coming up from the ground, using that into our hips, driving, and hopefully getting a little bit more distance out of that driver. So guys, as always, if you have any questions, email me directly, mark@thegolfyogi.com. Always happy to help, guys. Head out, play some great golf. Cheers.